Greetings and salutations, my name is Eric, and I am coming to you live from my little corner of the void, because thematically, we are bringing something back from the dead. MOAs! Dude, look at the camera. There we go, that's a little bit better. So, June 22nd, 2020, Tactical Potato made a video about the hard engaged precept for MOAs, and he called it DE Kickbot. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious. And with the recent update of the Bond mods, companions are a heck of a lot better now, so I'm like, let's improve on this, shall we? While we're at it, DE, please add an alternate hand sigil, because they're both the same on both sides, and, well, funny, come on. So before we go building this thing, I just want to point out that it has the Crisis Core, the Lambia MOA, the tie-in bracket, and the Attica Gyro. The reason for this is for a specific shield threshold that we want to pass, which is 343. This has the highest effective health that passes that threshold, so that's why we built it this way. And appearance. This is what our fine little dapper gentleman fellow looks like without the really cool Katir MOA skin. So I'm keeping this on. Yes, after all these years, I've never leveled up a link redirection. Oops. Oh, that's gonna hurt. So, the reason why I wanted that specific shield threshold was because with calculated redirection, that means we can get over the 1200 max shields for reinforced bond. I just love this mod so much, oh my goodness. And I'm like, wait a minute, what if on certain frames we could swap that out for link redirection? Ooh, almost 7,000 shields. That's absolutely nuts. This thing would work fantastic with Hildren because blast shields restores all of your shields every time it does it. Oh. But for now, I'm just going to talk about this build and we can show off with Hildren later. So, I have two builds for you guys. Wow, look at me go. So, big kicks and all together now. They're really, really similar, but there's some key differences. So, first of all, with big kicks, blast shields are at the front, so whenever it's off cooldown, it'll prefer doing that. And then hard engage to make it turn into a melee for a DE Kickbot, haha, very funny. And then, since the only sentinel that can do melee attacks is Helios, but MOAs can do them, so we can use Vicious Bond to strip armor, and then Manifold Bond, so whenever it hits stuff with the kicks, since the kicks are a mod like this, Manifold Bond will make them deal the status guaranteed, you know? And then I just have Reinforced Bond and Calculated Redirection because I freaking love them so much, but you can switch them out for whatever you want. Vacuum is mandatory. I liked my Prime Animal Instinct. And then Seismic Bond, that's why we have Necros. With channeled abilities, it creates a little shockwave that comes in super duper useful. And then with all these statuses being spread around, with Contagious Bond, if it can kill something, then they all get the status and like it just starts to ramp up really fast. So let's show that off. I like to show it off with the weapon is kind of important. Upgrade. I have the Hellstrom because it has micro rockets, and for the damage we have heavy caliber. So the negative accuracy makes them spread out more and deal more damage. But since it doesn't do a whole lot of crit damage, but a crap ton of status, we just ramped up the status out of the wazoo. We also did internal. Yeah, so internal. Okay, hold on. My problem is I get very excited when I'm talking about this stuff. So here's our damage spread, okay? With Rupture, our impact is pretty darn high. But, so impact status effects have a 35% chance to deal slash damage. Wow! It's almost like with what's the word? Manifold Bond, all our kicks are going to be doing impact damage. Oh my goodness, who would have guessed? Look at the synergy. So, impact for bleeding, do extra damage for enemies affected by slash, and then a crap ton of status just for everything else. So heat and viral, just so we do extra damage. So I just want to show this off. I think it works especially well against corrupted. Oh, I already have them. All right. So this time I have invincibility turned off, but the companion will be turned off because I just want to flex. So let's check this out. So I'm gonna be invincible. I'm just gonna stand over here, and then Kickbot comes over here, and he just starts going to town, right? And I'm trying to find. So the armor, dude, this never happened in testing. Alright, with that out of the way. So, if we put on a channeling ability, yes. See, it now makes a little radius around it, and it staggers everything around them, okay? That's the important part. Make sure you have a channeled ability. Most frames can have one nowadays. Like with the helmet. That's how it's done. So I already recorded this whole video and edited it, and before I uploaded it, I'm like, you know what? I can do better. So, here we are again, but this is the first time for you, and I want to show off. Not you. Corrupted Butchers. Let's just do Butchers. Let's do 20 of them. Level 190, Steel Path. We turn on our channeled ability, and I just want to show off how cool this guy is, okay? So, DE Kickbox, come here, please, and get to work. Hey, stop attacking me, please. So, all his attacks are inflicting status, and the impact is doing bleed, and then he dies, and it spreads to everybody else. Come on. Yup, and then... yeah, and then he dies, and it spreads to him, and it spreads to him, and it spreads to them, and it spreads to them, and they're all dead! You're so... yeah, it took a little bit to get started, but you see... yeah, that was pretty effective. Yeah, that was our big kicks build. Now, altogether now, isn't quite as effective, you could say. And honestly, Momentous Bond should be probably replaced with Contagious Bond. So basically, they're all the same except for switching Blast Shield for Whiplash Mine. But let's show this off. Now, the thing with Whiplash Mine is you have to be actively fighting. Let's simulate. Actively fighting in order for them to, like, use the thingamabob. So if I just, like, shoot the ground, and they all get... see? Ah, that's so good. But why aren't you attacking? So the one weakness of this guy is brain worms. 100%. They are incredibly stupid, but when they work great. Come on, do the thing. Do the thing. Yeah, Whiplash Mine all together now. Dead. And they all get knocked... sir, are you... you see what I mean, right? If the AI was perfect for these things, it'd be... oh, my Desecrate isn't turned on. That's why they're freaking out. Yeah, so they all stagger. And the AoE should be doing status procs. And all together now. I don't know why he's struggling so much. So as soon as one dies, they all die. It's, I love you, buddy. Good work. Are you okay? And another weakness of this build is the, basically Corrupted Heavy Gunners. You know, the one thing everyone uses to test? Yeah, for some reason, it hates them. So, I even turn on invincibility. Oh yeah, we don't have big kicks. So, all together now. Little loud. And what normally happens is they all get staggered, but sometimes if they don't get staggered by the AoE, they can shoot him and he dies. So I'm like, dude, you're not doing very good. But look at all those status procs on there. And the armor is getting shredded. Yeah, see, he'd be so dead right now. So dead right now. But one dies. Where are all the slash procs? So yeah, it does well against, like, the fodder enemies, you know? Yeah, definitely. Okay, that was cute. Okay, so, I'm gonna get this right this time. Let's use Hildren for the last test. Because we can swap out calculated redirection for link redirection, and we get almost 7,000 shields. Nuts. Let's use, yeah, this build, Hellstrom, everything should be good. So, Hildren is pretty cool because, I believe, Aegis Storm, Haven, and Balefire all count as channeled abilities for this. So one of the caveats is you pretty much need clear. Let's do Butchers again. Butchers. You pretty much need a channeled ability to make this work really well. So let's go over here. And yes, I'm gonna have Haven on. Come here, pal, and just get to work. Are you... yep, brainworms. And every time it does its little jumpy attack, its full shields replenish, I can say my words. So, if you can Jesus, Pete, buddy. So 10,000 overshields, like nuts. And so if let's go back over here. So that last shield's 7-second cooldown. If we can keep up killing stuff with status effects that it easily spreads, all we have to do is kill 2, and then it will have only a 1-second cooldown, and it'll be automatically regenning. Oh, so let's see, 3,000, so 9,000 shields, give or take. Yeah, over shields and normal shields. So almost 10,000. That's a lot of shields it's getting every second, you know. But at high level stuff, that's going to be still negligible. But in lower level stuff, that is absolutely nuts. Oh yeah, and one final thing before we close this off. I wouldn't recommend getting an emotion module, because what they do is after every kill, they do a little emote. And plus I'm cheap. But the emote is the gamer's biggest weakness, downtime. So I hope I was able to convey how awesome the build is. It has a little bit of brain worms, and the AI is a little whack sometimes. Oh, that's a wall. But I hope you guys maybe try building this for yourself and give it a whirl. I had fun with it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.